Every game has some content that is initially planned to come out, but then gets scrapped and never gets seen in game. Minecraft Dungeons is no exception and has its own fair share of items, mobs, enchantments, and more things that were initially supposed to come out in the game, but never did. Thanks to data miners that are able to look in the game files of Minecraft Dungeons, we are actually able to take a look into scrapped updates, and a lot of them are really cool. In this video, we are going to be taking a look at 10 scrapped updates in Minecraft Dungeons. At number 1, we have the Mason and Diamond Dust. These both may be familiar to you because they were actually talked about in the official Minecraft Dungeons book guide. The guide in which they were in is called A Handbook for Heroes, in which it is stated that the Mason was going to be a merchant who would sell dust in exchange for emeralds, and this diamond dust could then be used on gear to upgrade its power level. This was supposed to come out with the Jungle Awakens DLC. However, on launch day, the Mason and Diamond Dust were nowhere to be found. This left players wondering why the features were not added, as they were in the official Minecraft Dungeons book. But the reason as to why was actually given by the Minecraft Dungeons executive producer, who stated that the feature was just not fun enough and would only get added in the future if it was changed in some way. This sort of came to fruition in the Creeping Winter DLC, when the blacksmith got a rework, making it so that he could upgrade players' gear if they would pay emeralds and then complete 3 missions. This removed the process of having to buy diamond dust just to use it right after, but at the same time, players now have to run 3 missions before their items are finished upgrading. Which upgrade mechanic would you have preferred, the Mason and the Diamond Dust, or the blacksmith upgrade as it is now? Moving on to the second spot on this list, we have the Mage, which was a mob found in the game files of Minecraft Dungeons before the Creeping Winter DLC came out. This is an illager type mob, which would have had a set of magic casting abilities if it was implemented. It looks pretty similar to the Iceologer mob that's already in the game. Their robes are very similar, and they are both mage type mobs. Coming in at number 3, we have a list of scrapped enchantments. Each of these were found in the game files, however, never saw full release. First up, we have the knockback enchantment, which is applied to a melee weapon, and it acts just like it does in regular Minecraft, where it knocks enemies back further when you hit them. Interestingly enough, this is not guaranteed to activate on every attack, and instead only has a 30% chance to activate per attack at tier 3. Maybe the Minecraft Dungeons team didn't want to add this enchantment because it was already in the base game, and that's why we never got to see it. The second unreleased enchantment is Barrier. Barrier is an armor enchantment that increases the wearer's damage reduction for every mob that is around them, the effect being plus 10% damage reduction per nearby mob at tier 3. If this would have been implemented into the game, it would have likely overshadowed the protection enchantment, which only gives players 15% damage reduction. The Barrier enchantment would probably have a cap on how much damage resistance it could give, but it would still likely give more than 15% damage reduction for most of the time while using it. Barrier being a lot stronger than the protection enchantment could have been the reason that it never got added into the game. The third scrapped enchantment is called Bow's Boon, which made it so that arrows passing through allies gave them a temporary damage buff. We currently don't know anything else about this enchantment, other than its name and description. We have nothing. Maybe it'll get added in a future update, but as of right now, it remains unused in the game files. At the number 4 spot, we have the Monkey Motivator pickaxe. References to this unique pickaxe were found in the Minecraft Dungeons game files before the release of the Jungle Awakens DLC. This really fit in with the theme of the DLC, so it seemed like it would be coming out. However, it never got added into the actual game. Players were left confused as to what happened to this item, and so they actually asked a developer of Minecraft Dungeons. The developer responded and confirmed the existence of this weapon, saying that it was literally a banana on a stick. From this, a concept image was created of the pickaxe, which is likely very similar to what the original pickaxe would have looked like. But besides the look of the weapon, sound files were also found in the game files, including the equip and swinging sounds, and it's very interesting as to what the unique perk on this weapon would have have been. It definitely could have been cool to see some monkey pets or something, but it looks like we'll never know. Next up at number 5 is the Wildfire mini-boss. This was initially a mob that was in the running of the Minecon Earth 2017 mob vote under the name of the Hovering Inferno. It ended up losing to the Phantom mob, however, and was never mentioned or seen again. Fast forward to 2021 though, and the mob was once again in consideration, but this time to be implemented into Minecraft dungeons. The mob was found in the game's files with its model, sounds, and overall design. It was confirmed by a Minecraft Dungeons developer that this mob was now renamed to the Wildfire, and this was intended to be a mini-boss in the new Flames of the Nether DLC. However, unfortunately, due to time constraints, the Minecraft Dungeons team just didn't have enough time to implement this mob fully into the game. Instead, they just ended up placing a statue of it in the Nether Fortress mission that came with the Flames of the Nether DLC. The developers said it is still possible that the mob will be added in a future Minecraft or Minecraft Dungeons update, but did not reveal any plans to do so as of yet. Coming in at number 6 is the Curious Armor. The Curious Armor was a unique version of the Guard's Armor that was supposed to be added into the game on launch, but never made it into the game. In the early stages of the release of Minecraft Dungeons, barely any information about this armor could be found. There was only one image that even suggested its existence, and this led to a lot of players searching for it. Eventually, information came out revealing that the armor was scrapped and could only be obtained by cheating it in via the game files. The Curious Armor had a very special, unique perk to it that gave the wearer a 5% chance to teleport when hit by a mob. The location of this teleport is completely random, not at all controllable by the wearer. The unpredictability of this teleport made it more of a hindrance than an advantage to players, and this is what likely led to the armor being scrapped. Today, the Guard's Armor remains the only piece of gear without a unique version of it alongside with the Mystery Armor. At number 7 is the Quest Giver, a merchant that was initially supposed to come out with the Creeping Winter DLC update, but on release, it was nowhere to be seen. This merchant was found in the game files and was meant to give players quests that were likely the daily trials we see in-game today. The Minecraft Dungeons development team may have decided to scrap the Quest Giver because they could add daily trials without him, and he would just end up crowding up the camp. It would have been nice to have daily trials all in one place rather than having to search the map for them, and who knows, this merchant or a similar one could be added into the game in the future. At number 8 is the original Icy Creeper texture. With the release of the Creeping Winter DLC, the Icy Creeper was introduced into Minecraft Dungeons, a variant of the normal creeper. Upon release, however, the texture used for the Icy Creeper was different from the original version that the Minecraft Dungeons team wanted to add. The version that was released in-game is a regular creeper with snow flowing around it and a very slight bluish hue to it. The design intended, however, was a version of the creeper that was physically covered in snow all over the place. In an interview with the developers, it was revealed that the reason for this change was that Mojang did not want the Minecraft Dungeons team to stray too far from the normal design of the creeper. This is because they didn't want the image of the Minecraft creeper to start getting confused with other variants, and so the Minecraft Dungeons development team had to change the design of the Icy Creeper before launch. At number 9 is the Jack-o'-lantern mob. The Jack-o'-lantern was a hostile mob that was added into Minecraft Dungeons game files all the way back in the beta of the game. It was intended to spring up on players while they were adventuring through the Jungle Awakens DLC levels and deal ranged damage to them, but this mob just never ended up making it into the actual game with no apparent reason. At number 10 is the Totem of Soul Protection. The Totem of Soul Protection was an artifact that was revealed in a video posted by the official Minecraft YouTube channel before Minecraft Dungeons was even released. It could only be seen for a split second in the preview, but this indicated that it was planned to come out for release. Minecraft Dungeons came out, however, and this artifact was nowhere to be found. Some players were able to give themselves the artifact in-game by accessing the game files, but you cannot get it in any other way. This does, however, give us a good look at what this artifact would have been like if it got added into the game. Its description says, creates a space around the totem, which when you or your allies die within it, revives the player. It heals you for a little bit when you respawn, and it has a 1-second cooldown, but it is a soul artifact, so you need souls to activate it. On activation, the artifact creates a green square around the player that used it, and if players are defeated within that square, they get revived in that same spot without having to use a life. This artifact has a pretty strong effect that might have been scrapped by the Minecraft Dungeons team because they didn't want players having the potential to have infinite lives. Well everyone, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like and subscribing, and let me know what your thoughts are on these scrapped updates in the comments below. Other than that everyone, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out everybody.